Hey guys, it's Dimitri, and today we're going to talk about haters. So, typically in career development, people don't talk about haters. Those of you that don't know what haters are, it's basically negative people that make like mean and rude comments, basically trying to prevent you from, being happy, and progressing in your career. The reason we're talking about this is because I have not actually seen a video career wise on dealing with haters, and it happens a lot, and I think a lot of people just don't talk about it. So I'm going to kind of cover three examples, and we'll come to the conclusion of what's best to do and how to deal with them. So the first one was a professor I had. He ran the finance department. He didn't run the finance. He ran more or less the finance portion of our university that focused on like capital markets. And so he told me when I asked him, I'm really interested in doing financial derivative products. I would love to be a trader. Can you give me some advice? Give me some feedback. And he told me more or less, you're never going to do it. You need mathematics. You're not smart enough. And that's just that. This wasn't just a one-time comment. This professor continually made rude, negative comments when I tried to seek help or try to ask questions about capital markets. And so at the end of the day, it was kind of disheartening to see that he loved other students and helped a lot of people out. But for some reason, he was adamant that I was never going to work on Wall Street, and he told me that on many occasions. The second hater I involved, at least one of the main ones in my life, was a mentor that was actually assigned to me through a university program. I talked to them quite a bit on the phone, tried to get some guidance, on their career, what they did, how to get a bit more or less to kind of what they were doing. However, they were from our rival university, and every time I would ask, they would more or less tell me I was not smart enough to do work in the equities market. I should just go and do fixed income. That's clearly what I needed to do, and that's it. That's what you need to do fixed income. You'll never do equities. Again, it was kind of disheartening at the time. I really wanted to work on Wall Street. I guess I could have worked in fixed income. Looking back, it would have been kind of a fun career choice as well. However, this individual was again somewhat rude in telling me more or less I would never get to Wall Street. You would never work in New York City. The third one, again, was another professor who blatantly told myself and another student, you are too stupid to pass my class. So just do the bare minimum and just pray that you're going to pass it. But I can't help you because you're too stupid. Again, it was kind of a blow. This person worked in more or less quantitative finance as an academic. I think they're somewhat well respected in their field. However, again, it's very rude. You should not be telling students they're stupid. But again, another person that's more or less kind of trying to prevent you from doing what you want to do in life. And so at the end of the day, the best way to deal with haters is to ignore them. It's easier said than done. The reason I say that is because a lot of times you're in your career, you look up to this person, they seem to be like a market leader, they seem to have experience or something, and you want to grow and learn from their experience. And so you view them as quite intelligent and very good at what they do, so you value their opinion. But I would say, you really have to ignore them. It's really hard. It seems like they understand, their industry, or you want to work with that dream job that they're working in. However, you have to ignore them. Do not respond to them. Do not make negative comments to them. My general rule in life for career development is do not burn bridges. So you don't want to make a big scene and more or less burn the bridge of helping them. The reason is because even if they don't like you, down the road, somebody might ask, or you might get a contact that knows them. You don't want them going out there and basically pushing bad propaganda about you, about, this student was too stupid, he didn't understand anything, and I would never have hired him because X, Y, and Z, right? You kind of want to fade into the background of them being like, I don't know, I guess I had him as a student, they were all right. I don't know, just let it fly. Don't say anything, don't let them affect you. And again, you might want to do what I wanted to do, which I would love to write back all of these people and more or less shove their face in the fact that I made it to where I said I was going to go. I did what I wanted to do. For example, the first person, you think you're all smart and genius because you work in academia. At the end of the day, I did financial engineering, so I'm light years ahead of their mathematical competency. I can price options, exotic options, way beyond what they could do. Again, but you don't want to rub their face in it. Or their nose in it, right? You don't want to have that negative consequence. You don't want to go out there and say, "I told you so." Like, you were wrong. Because at the end of the day, that burns the bridge. I'm still connected, I think, to many of the people. And at the end of the day, some of them actually might come back for a favor, which I've had happen. Again, you try to be nice. You might just ignore them and not help them. But at the end of the day, you have to ignore the haters. If you follow through with their advice, a lot of times you will not make it to where you want to go. It's hard to realize, too, sometimes that a lot of these people that seem to be, the all-knowing, they have this experience, they've done what you want to do. A lot of times they're at their max. They've hit their career peak. They're never going to get any better jobs. They're never going to be any more influential than they are now. And so you don't want to end up more or less capping where they're at. You don't want to let them stop your progress. So maybe you're an undergraduate student, you're in finance, you want to go into like financial engineering, which obviously is completely different than finance. However, you don't want to listen to them because they'll prevent you from completing your dreams. So anyways, ignore the haters. Try not to listen to what they say. And I'm sure all of us have had haters at one time or another. People definitely ignore this topic, but I would focus in on, just realizing we all deal with it. Students, professionals, you'll have colleagues that can't stand you, bosses that hate you. People continually make rude remarks, but you got to stick to your guns, set out your goals, be flexible in life because it's not just a straight path. You're going to have to weave, back and forth as you go. But in the end of the day, you got to ignore those haters and don't respond to them. Don't give them more or less what they want. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Anyways, until next time.